And recording.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Y'all excited? Yeah, TCL 41. Yay. Awesome. So today we're going to start off with a round of intros, and then we're going to have a learning module, and then we'll be going over some of our tickets, and then have any questions and stuff. So without further ado, I'll let Frank take it away on the intros.
Sure. I'll go first. So my name is Frank. It's my first time mentoring at Collab Lab. Just kind of found out about Collab Lab through the social world, Twitter and so forth. Noticed a couple people that were associated with it. And I was like, what is this Collab Lab? And then I kind of did a little research, like, ooh, this seems pretty cool. So asked to jump aboard and help out. So me currently, an educator. I've been kind of teaching different colleges and some boot camps, mentoring, instructing, doing some curriculum development for the past couple of years, about a year or so before COVID. And before that, I was a developer for a number of years. And just happy to be part of this experience with everybody else. Who wants to go next?
You're in Boston. You're in Boston. Oh, I mean, you're in Philadelphia. Just kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in Philadelphia. Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
I can go.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Hans. I'm based in Brooklyn, and I am a recent graduate from Thankful's engineering bootcamp. Lindsay actually introduced me into this, and I'm super pumped. I am in the job hunt right now, and it is very emotionally exhausting and discouraging, and really, I cry a lot as my coping. So it's been a lot, but I've been working on my own with different. I love React, so I'm really excited about this. I've started my own like React native apps, and it's really hard by yourself. So I'm really excited to work with other people, especially like-minded people that are kind of in this spot of being new. Because I know I'm just really excited to get started. So yeah, I'm a little baby dev, and I can't wait to work with everyone and again, just learn how to work with people. And my biggest challenge working alone is like not having, like, I don't know who to ask. And Stack Overflow is great, but oh my gosh, there's only so much it can give you, without like conversation. So I'm really happy and pumped about this opportunity. So thank you so much.
And how about you can popcorn it over to someone, so you can just choose the next person.
Yeah, all right. I will do Jessica because I see you.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm in Philadelphia. I'm currently teaching special education. I did a coding boot camp, and I also I missed working with other people, because since then I've been working on my own. I was really applying hard, and then COVID happened, and then so I kind of just focused on work, and now I'm back to ramping up the applying again. And I also get that feeling it's really hard. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to be here. And I will popcorn it over to Steph.
Hi, I am out of Texas, just north of Dallas. I recently graduated from Alchemy, and in my cohort was Diana, which is how I found out about this. And she loved it, and she had nothing but awesome things to say. So that's how I ended up here. I do have a little bit other experience. I did, before Alchemy, I did Code.lab, which is different. It's a product development. Before that, I did 100 Devs, which was free online learning. So I've just been really trying to advance my skill set, so that, because yeah, I've heard a lot about the job market, and I've just tried to mitigate anything I can. So I'm excited to be part of this. I'll pass it on to Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole. I live in Georgia. I'm about an hour and 45 minutes south of Atlanta. I went through Launch Code boot camp. And then I was a TA for them. And then I also went through a Ruby on Rails boot camp. And yeah, same thing with the job search. It's tough. It's tough getting responses and getting very far. So I'm really excited about this. One thing that's kind of was left out of all the boot camps was working as a team and really using the Git stuff that you use with the team instead of just the solo stuff. So I'm excited to learn from y'all and get to know you. And Zinzi. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got it right. Thank you, Cole. So my name is Zinzi. I am a first-time mentor, former Collabby, and really excited to work with everybody. And I'm from Philadelphia, originally just moved to Delaware. So it's exciting also to see so many kind of points of intersection between me and the group also. I am a thankful grad. So yes, hey. And also am a devotee to tier-based programming. So you said you tend to tear up a bit, so do I. There's no shame in it. Like sometimes you just got to get it out before you can keep going. Yeah, just excited to work with you. I work during the day, but I'm always happy to chat. In the mornings, early mornings are best. I'm on the East Coast, and late evenings as well. Exactly. Tier-driven development is an underutilized skill. And let's see, who has everyone gone? Seems like it.
I haven't.
Mike?
Andrew has.
Mike? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm Mike. See, I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I am a developer at Zapier, which is where Andrew is as well. And you'll probably, being in the Collab Lab, meet a lot of Zapians, as we're called. See, I did a career shift a few years ago from just not being a developer into being a developer. And it has made me extremely happy and just content with life. I also know that that transition is super duper tough. And so I'm really, really excited to be a part of the Collab Lab and assisting where I can. This will be my 4th time as a mentor, and each cohort is different and really interesting and great. And I'm super duper excited to work with everyone here. Yeah, and so I will pass it on to the big man over here, Andrew.
Mike also runs our Tech Talk series. So we have a meetup that meets every month. So I don't know, Mike, it might be time for us to do like a lightning talk and have collabbies give little, like 10, 15-minute talks or something. So if anybody here has a topic they'd like to present on, it's a really nice way to get a little bit of experience in a low stress way, not to put you on the spot in your first day at Collab Lab. But anyway, I'm Andrew. Oh, you want to say something about Tech Talks?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention also, like, when I would say that doing those kind of talks can have profound impacts on your career. For example, I met Andrew at a talk, not a Collab Lab talk, but that helped me to get involved in the Collab Lab, which eventually ended up with me at Zapier. So you never know, and I would encourage you to, with the Tech Talks, there you can give them on really anything. The last one was about improv and coding. And so really, if you have any sort of, interesting topic that you'd like to give a talk on, please, just let me know. We can set it up.
Yeah. So yeah, hi everybody. I'm Andrew. I'm in Portland, Oregon as well. So yeah, working as an engineering manager at Zapier. Yeah, founded Collab Lab a couple years ago, to kind of just help people like yourself break into tech. Trying to think what else could be interesting. I've been a web developer for a long, long time. I was an educator before that. So see you, Jess, there with the special education. I was actually in higher ed administration, but was in some classes with some special ed folks and stuff. It was actually, it's great. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm really excited for all of you. You're gonna have a great time. You have a great set of mentors here. Really high quality people. Yeah, just go into it with an open mind, get excited, you know, learn everything you can. And along the way, let us know if there's anything we can do to help you as you're trying to get those jobs and everything. Let's make sure to connect on like LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I will leave you all to it, but just wanted to welcome you and yeah, have fun. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you along the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, take care. See ya.
Cool. Now that Andrew's gone, we can, you know,
You can really
relax,
talk
yeah.
about stuff you want to talk about. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So next up, Zinzi is going to give us a presentation on Git, right?
Yes, this week's presentation is on Git. Now, I would like to share the presentation just so that you guys have it again for future reference. Should I just put it in Slack or should I put it here in the chat? What do you think?
I feel like Slack's more persistent because we lose the chat afterwards.
That is right. So after the presentation, I'll have a copy of it available to all of you in Slack so that you can reference it again, because you'll definitely need it over the coming weeks for your workflow. Now, should I, let's see, guess I'll have to share my screen. Let's see if I'm in trouble here.
Oh, is it? Do you have the ability? Yeah, there we go.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're seeing that screen. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Just my Collab Lab Slack. There we go. Okay, everyone can see it clearly? Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to do that. So Git is just what we use here at the Collab Lab for version control. As you all know, we already have the fundamentals of coding down. So we're really here to learn how to work as a team, and some version or some type of version control is absolutely necessary in order to do that. The great part about working in the Collab Lab teams is that you get to practice that workflow, and the workflow is going to be fairly similar no matter where you go. The tool may be different, so the command line, the commands may be different, but you're going to find that the way you share, the way you commit, the way you message is almost always the same. So hopefully you get some good practice in over the next few weeks, and we can help you out wherever we can. So today we're going to be covering a few things. These are the main 6 commands that you'll need over the next few weeks. We're going to talk about checking out or creating and switching branches. Staging.
We're still seeing at least I am seeing the cover.
Oh gosh, okay. I don't know.
And this happens to me every time, so.
Okay. I don't know how to fix it. Hold on, I'm gonna try again. This is so crazy.
Then maybe if you can, you could try just doing share your whole desktop if you feel comfortable with that.
I do.
I find I always run into that when I share individual tabs.
I had to move you. I have several screens, so let's see here. Maybe this.
Oh, got this.
Okay, let's see here.
Okay, we're seeing resources.
Okay, it moved me to the end here. Let's see here.
Yeah, now we're going between them.
Oh,
Cool.
There we go.
Yay.
All right. So yes, we're going to be covering Git checkout, which is just creating and switching branches. We're going to cover saving, staging, sending our changes to GitHub, getting our latest changes, and getting your changes into main. And we'll try to give some little tips on the way, like better ways to make commit messages, just some best practice stuff that we can get out of the way while we're all together. So here are some of the main terms that we're using. First of all, repository or repo or repo, depending on where you're from. That is just the collection of files that are under source control. And I'll just be calling it Git for now, because that's the source control that we use here. Our repo is a TCL 41 Smart Shopping List. So some of you have already seen it and taken a peek around, I believe. Next is remote, which is the origin repo that's somewhere online. For us, that's GitHub. Next is branch, which is the working copy of that repo. The main branch is the source of truth. So that's the one that's currently online under TCL 41 Smart Shopping List, as we haven't created any other branches yet, or have we? Oh yeah, you may have added your name to the project. So the source of truth is the main branch, and then there's what you develop locally. Commit is a set of changes to the repo, and head refers to the last commit that was made. Pull request is a document that documents how and why we should merge with main. So it's going to give your reader or the author or owner more information about what you're creating and what it adds to the overall project. So this is just showing how version control typically works. So you normally start with an initial commit, and then in this project, we're adding a button. So you go in, you create a component, and you add your button, and then somebody else forks a branch. So maybe they create a branch and maybe they want to add something else to our project. They've chosen to add a style. So let's say we're going to make our button blue or change the shape of it. And they add a few tests, which are fantastic. And they still are on their own branch. There's something else in main that's probably just standing still and waiting for us to merge again. Now, someone else has created text. They're updating text on the project. It doesn't affect the styles that we created. These are two separate branches. And then we merge the branch into main, and hopefully there are no conflicts, but if they are, we can handle those as well. And that's normally the workflow for checking out a branch and adding to main eventually. Now we're going to get into the commands. Git checkout is a big one. So checkout allows you to switch to an existing branch or create a new one. As you can see, the normal flow for that command is git checkout and then the name of the branch immediately following. Or it's git checkout with the flag, the B flag, which is when you're creating something new. The remote project will not be affected by these, and you can make any changes that you want within your branch. So then we have git add, and Git adds, stages changes, and prepares files to be committed. And only stage files will be committed. So Git add is a pretty important step in deciding what will eventually be committed and added to the main file. And as you can see, the workflow for that is git add, and then you're going to add like a component, or you can use the capital A flag, which stages all of the files. I sometimes fall back into the A flag because it's an easy one for me. I can know that I've added everything and that nothing's going to be left behind. Git commit takes those stage changes and it commits them to Git, and it saves a record of what you have done. You definitely don't want to leave that out. Git commit, I like to do them pretty often, and I recommend that you're committing regularly just so that you don't lose anything, especially when you're pairing, making sure that you're committing before you're switching off. Git commit with the M flag is a pretty common workflow. It allows you to add the message right in the commit line. If you forget the M flag, no worries. What normally happens is it opens up a message area and allows you to make a message. You have to have a message in your commit. It won't let you commit without one. So it's better just to do commit M, get your message in, make your message kind of brief and to the point, and then you can push. So Git push takes all of those commits and uploads them to the remote. There's a lot of options that allow you to say where you're going to send your commit. Origin refers to the source of where the repo was originally cloned from, and the U flag adds an upstream reference to the remote, and it only needs to be done once per branch. So you're going to do that the first time that you push and not after. Git pull allows you to get the changes that were created from the remote to your current branch. It's a really good habit to get into, to pull from main before creating any new branch. So on the left, you can see that the workflow is to do git checkout to main, to pull, and then you go to create a new branch after you've pulled, and you make sure that you have all of the current code. That way you're not having any errors when you go to push again, and you're reducing your chance of having conflict. So this is how you create a pull request. When you're on GitLab online, there's a pull request tab in the menu, and you hit that new pull request button. I'm not going to get too much into pull requests because we'll be going over that at a later time, and we'll explain just the ins and outs of creating a good pull request. Merge conflicts. So first of all, when you face a merge conflict, just take a deep breath. We can go line by line and get through untangling the merge conflict and making sure that everyone's code ends up as intended in the main branch. It's caused when Git can't figure out how to resolve changes. So maybe everyone's working in the same component. You go to push and you realize, oh, we've been doing the same thing in the same branch, or we're doing several things in one component, and now the Git doesn't know what needs to stay, what can work together, and what can't. We have a helpful guide that's linked, and that'll show you walk you through how to handle conflicts and how to make sure that you accept changes and maintain the code that needs to be maintained. So here are some helpful resources for Git documentation and Atlassian's Git tutorials, Google Stack Overflow. Google's a great one. If you ever get stuck, just Google and you should be good. Also, of course, we're here as well. That is it for me.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Git always scares me a lot. And one thing that's been kind of funny seeing a few different cohorts with mentors, you can see how scary Git is, and that almost every single group of mentors is usually like, I don't want to do the Git one. And Zinzi jumped in and was like, no, I got this. And he did, great job. How does everyone feel about Git? Yeah, good, yeah. Yeah. I was with Git, I heard someone liken it once to avalanche training, where usually if you're like learning some of the really difficult, crazy Git commands, that means you're more likely to get into problems. Just like if you're having to do avalanche training, you may have increased likelihood that you'll find yourself in an avalanche. But yeah, cool. So we will jump now into looking at our issues for the upcoming week. And with that, we're also going to, in the first week, we like to make a branch for each of the teams and make sure that everyone is okay and able to get on the same branch and everything like that. So at any point, if you have any questions, just jump in and ask them. Sound good? Cool. All right. So has everyone had a chance to take a look at the project? More or less, yeah. So just how we can navigate around. This is our repo in TCL 41, and we have. If you go over here into projects, we can see our Kanban board with the different swim lanes, that's what they're called. And so we're starting off on 1 and 2. And if we look in the project further in the project brief, we can see the randomly generated groups for the upcoming week. So for issue, well, actually, we can decide who wants to take issue 1, who wants to take issue 2. But in this first week, we're going to have Jessica and Cole, and we're going to have Hans and Stephanie. And so the first one is, as a component, I want to be able to read from and write to the Firestore database so that users can persist information. And so for this, we're going to be adding the Firebase dependency to our project. And then when making a change in the Firebase database, it'll update the data in the app, and then making a change in the app will update the data in the Firestore. And so this one's a little weird because we're kind of making throwaway code just to be able to make sure that our database is talking to our app and our app is talking to our database. And so, like it says here, don't do too much here. Don't let scope creep get in there. And in the past, the best approach has been to create like a throwaway button or a div or something like that, where you can click the button and it updates database. And then also we're showing what it was updated with. You could have it an input or whatever you want. But it's probably just going to be some throwaway code so that we can make sure that they're connected. This one in the past has been deceivingly tricky because sometimes you can have some dependencies in there that get a little weird, and sometimes Firebase, you have to dig through some documentation. So reach out, you know, if you're having trouble and get stuck, or you find yourself for like 2 hours reading through Firebase documentation. If you find yourself like 30 minutes reading through documentation, probably reach out. Yeah, any questions on this? No? Okay, cool. So the second one is, as a user, I want to navigate between the list view and an add item view so that the interface is clearly delineated between viewing and adding. So for this, just like the other one, we'll be adding a dependency in the project. And here we'll be using React Router DOM, which is one of probably the primary library for routing. And then you'll be adding links that are present and persistent at the bottom of the app, one that has list and one that says add an item. And then when you click on a link, the browser URL updates to show where you are in there. And whichever view is selected, the corresponding link should display in bold text. So if you're on list and then you click add an item, the URL will update, and then add an item will be bolded so you know where you are. And here it's really important not to get too crazy on styling, or really probably for a big portion of this, the application is going to look not very good. And that's totally cool. We want to get the business logic out of the way. And in the last like week or two, we're going to dedicate ourselves very, very wholly to styling. So don't get carried away, and just like basic styling is totally cool. And it's fine if it doesn't look good. We just want to make sure that it works. Yeah, questions on this one? Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and make some branches. Oh, actually, before we do that, should we decide who wants to do which group, or who wants to do which issue? Any of them jump out at anyone? I want to do this one.
And Steph, we can, since we're in a group, I know that the first one is going to be more, I'm unfamiliar with Firebase, so I would like to do that one just because I know I'd like to learn it, but I don't want to put pressure on you, whatever you think.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm like already stressed about it, but I'd like to. Like it'd be good.
That would be definitely good for me to learn, because the second one I can do. Yeah.
I know. I think both are valid, obviously, and really important. But I'm like, I don't know. And tell me if because I'm still learning a lot about like APIs, and I know that this is different, but maybe it would be a nice like learning that could be translated into API fetching and stuff like that. So I think it would be cool to do it if that's cool with you.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so Hans and Stephanie will be working on issue 1, right? Which is the Firestore one. And Stephanie, I'm sorry, am I saying your name right? Let me know if I'm, or Steph.
Yeah, but you can also call me Steph.
Yeah, Steph. We'll go with that. You had mentioned also that you have some conflicts coming up toward the end of next week, right? Which I think will just it'll work out in terms of pairing and stuff like that. But for the next, you won't be here on the next weekly sync, right?
No, I'll be here.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just can't code that day. Like I won't have my desktop.
Okay, cool. But yeah, if any of those conflicts end up being an issue or just anything like that, just let the team know, and we're all here to help out and support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. And then Jessica and Cole, are you cool taking issue 2?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. So now if we could have a brave volunteer who wants to jump in, share their screen, and create a branch. Does everyone have
I can do it.
the? Okay, cool. And does everyone have the repo cloned?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Does it need to be bigger?
Yeah, can see it. All right. So, and then what was the nomenclature for the, right? I don't know if is that the right word? Nomenclature? There's a special naming for how we do the branches at the Collab Lab. So it is, you'll do the initials of the first person dash the initials of the second person. And then something to say what it is. We could say like issue 1 Firestore or some Firebase or whatever we want. I don't know how, I've never put a hash in there. Sure, yeah. And then you're gonna, I think, check out.
Yeah, I see it.
An S in there. Cool. All right. Does that look good?
Oh, I done did it.
Ah. Cool. All right. All right. So now let's get that up to the remote. So I know that there's like the -U. I feel like a lot of developers git push and then copy paste. Does anyone else do that? Because I do that every single time. I would just go git push and then it tells you the command. It's like, did you mean to do this?
You tell me to write git push?
Sure, yeah. Or
Okay.
or what was the, see, there it goes, like git push set, and then I just copy paste. But what is the other one? It's like git push -U, is that right?
The
All right, now we have that branch. And then now let's switch screens over to Hans, maybe, if you want to. Or yeah, we just want to make sure that you can get onto that branch.
Yeah, let me get this going. All right, got that. You see it okay?
Yeah,
all
fancy
right.
colors.
I know, it was, okay, so now I'm getting to, sorry, I have performance anxiety, I feel like. So let's see. So I'm getting on the branch. And you named it, it's EB HW, no, issue 1. Right?
Yeah, so I think we may do git checkout.
Oh, yes.
And then, and you don't need the branch there. Okay. And then it may or may not exist locally. Let's try this. Okay. I always like to try it, and then, yeah, okay, cool.
Cool.
Rock and roll. So you're there.
Amazing.
All right.
Phew.
Great job. So now,
should I stop?
The other,
awesome.
Yeah, if that's cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, git branching is intimidating. We didn't do any of it in Thinkful, so I am like, like we learned like 1 second.
I can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still get super scared with it.
Yeah.
Like when I started at Zapier, you know, I had a couple of years of experience, and then they were like, oh, but we do this other way of doing it. And I know like my first few times pair programming, I was just like, oh my gosh, I have no idea how to do this. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now Cole and Jess, who wants to share?
I can share first.
Cool. Thank you, Jess. And do you like Jess or Jessica?
Most people call me Jess, but I'm fine with either.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for putting everyone on the spot. Like, by the way, you're going to share your screen and do these really scary Git commands.
All right, can you see it?
For me, it says it started. It's like warming up. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, nice colors there too.
Thanks. All right, so Git.
I don't know, Windows user? Is that Windows? Yeah.
Hmm?
Windows user.
Let's see. What was it? The initials? So JC.
Yeah, initials.
And C. Sorry, what's your last initial?
F.
F. All right. And then what comes after that? Was it just what the branch is for?
Some description, you know.
Okay.
Usually these kinds of things are very they're
Initial
like the team can kind of decide on what they like to do.
Initial views, is that okay?
Sure, makes sense to me.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so I see that you're in a repo called, or you're in Collab Lab right now. Can you do a LS? Let's see. I think that we're maybe in a parent folder.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you're right.
And oftentimes, if you just do dash, it'll guess for you. Let's see.
Oh, really?
Or tab.
Oh,
yeah,
tab.
I think if you do tab or CE tab. Yay,
well,
look at that.
Nope, you just changed my life. Thank you.
I've saved you so many hours of typing out full commands.
All right.
Okay, and then now probably if you did up. Yeah, let's try it. Sweet.
Cool.
And then now what are we going to do?
We're going to push it up. I've already forgotten what the command for that is. So just git push.
Anyone know offhand what the real one is? And not using my cheating git push copy paste.
What, the git push dash U origin or okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now you'll copy paste. Because I think it wanted the name of the branch afterwards.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's usually why I copy paste, is because I'm just whatever. From where it says git push dash dash set upstream. Oh yeah, actually, that or copy paste that'll work perfect. Feeling good about this.
Yeah, it's taking its time.
Yeah, I noticed when you're wrong, it lets you know immediately.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Nice. Cool. And so now Cole will put you on the spot so you can switch over there.
All right. How do I share my screen? It's been a while since I've done this.
I think there should be at the bottom, like if you hover your mouse over.
I'm an idiot.
No. You have no idea how many times I'm like in the middle of a Zoom trying to figure out something and it takes me a long time usually.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So do I
Now I'm
get
seeing a
pull first?
white strip in the middle.
Oh,
I was seeing it, and then now I'm not. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
okay. So
Cool.
should I do a get pull first?
Let's see where we are, because I'm seeing it's a Collab Lab. You may be in a different directory also. So now we want to go into the directory because we learned from Jess. Nice. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. And so oddly, it doesn't show it, but you can still go to it.
Okay.
Not until you like move to it locally can you see it.
Is there a way to see the branches before you do that?
I don't know. Does anyone know?
Yes. Is it just get branch? Won't that show you all of the branches?
I think that only shows you like ones you've been to or something like that. I use Fish, which has this like auto complete kind of thing. But I think if you did so it'll be Git checkouts that and then the names, and we'll see if you can start typing and then do a. So probably start typing like Git checkout JC and then click tab.
Wasn't there a bunch of stuff before? Like TSC.
I'm not. Huh?
What was the name?
No. That was that's the name of the repo. Has the TCL stuff.
Yeah, it's not doing an autocomplete.
Okay. Then
what was the name of it?
What was it? Maybe Jess, could you copy paste it? You can probably see it. There it is. So it's in the Zoom chat now.
All right.
Did not match any files. Okay.
I just
try.
Huh? I just saw it further up, like a few lines up from where he has his fast forward was the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. GCCF initial views. Git checkout. GCCF initial views.
Dude.
Hey, something weird before, who knows? There we go. Okay. So thank you all for running through those. Let's see. We, just before we go, want to talk about two things. One is what we can expect for next week, because we're going to be having demos, and this is something that'll be new next week, but very old by the end of this, because we'll start off every week demoing the project, and this is a skill to work on that you'll find yourself doing as a developer. Oftentimes you have to kind of show off what this does, and you may have to talk to technical people or non-technical. So what usually with the demos, you can start out showing it from kind of a user's point of view and talking about it in a non-technical way, like what's the new behavior that we have here? And then you can go into the code and maybe don't walk through like line by line, this line does this does this, but like just overall, what's happening. And that's more or less the gist of the demos. Any questions on that? Okay. Cool. Okay, and then the other one is the office hours. I had thrown a link in there, a doodle in there. And I know that there's different availability that we have. And in the past, in all the past cohorts, usually just kind of each week based on the mentor's availability, we can have it switch around. So if we're cool with that, we'll just, whoever is on office hours each week will we'll find a time. And usually office hours are just a time when it could be if you're having an issue with the issue, with the actual coding issue, then we can talk about that, or just really anything. If you have any interest in something, like want to, be like, can you tell me about testing or something like that? We can do that. I think I'm on office hours for the first week. And so with the doodle, I think we had almost everyone. Steph, you're not available at 3:30 p.m. on Thursday Pacific time, are you? No.
Thursday and Monday are my only days I'm not available.
Oh yeah. Okay, so maybe maybe this week we'll actually do it on Wednesday if that works for people. Is that okay? Okay, I'm gonna throw another poll, and this time I'm not gonna make it a doodle. I'm gonna be a lot less fancy, and just it'll be emojis. So you respond with 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever for the emojis. And yeah, that is it. Does anyone have any questions or comments or excited? Yeah.
Super excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. On these, if you get done really quickly, enjoy the extra time. Don't go crazy and try to add a bunch of other things. And then if you find yourself where you're dumping a ton of time into it, sooner rather than later, just let the team know and see if anyone can help you out. So in the last cohort that I was in, there was an issue with the Firebase dependencies, and they didn't quite match up, and it ended up being this big thing that was actually a really, really difficult problem for everyone. But the group, they sunk 2-3 hours into this before reaching out. So please, just if you find yourself getting stuck, just don't hesitate to reach out, and we can find some time, jump on a Zoom or anything like that. So here to help you out. And yeah, with that, unless anyone has anything else, we'll call it a wrap on week 1. Cool. Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yep, thanks.
All right.
See ya on Slack.